Max, Luna, and Zippy were best friends. They had known each other since they were toddlers and had always shared a love for adventure and discovery. Their bond was unbreakable, and they spent every moment they could together. They loved going on adventures. Whether it was exploring the dense forest near their homes or discovering hidden trails, they were always on the lookout for something new and exciting. They worked together in their super-secret treehouse lab. This was no ordinary treehouse. It was filled with gadgets, lab equipment, and all sorts of inventions they had created over the years.
Check out my newest invention, Max exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with excitement.
It was big and round, with buttons and blinking lights. The machine looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. It looked like a giant gumball machine, but it was so much more than that.
It's a time machine, Max announced proudly, his voice filled with excitement and a hint of mystery.
Max's jaw dropped. He couldn't believe what he was seeing.
Wow, a time machine? Can we really travel through time? Luna asked, her eyes wide with wonder.
Beep, boop, beep, time travel, adventure time, Zippy's robot companion chimed in, adding to the excitement.
Hop in, let's go on a time-twisting adventure, Max said, leading the way.
Max, Luna, and Zippy climbed into the Time Twister 3000. The machine hummed to life as they settled into their seats. They were ready for anything. Their hearts raced with anticipation as they prepared for their journey.
Where to first? Luna asked, looking at the map of time periods they could visit.
Let's go way back to the time of dinosaurs, Max suggested, pointing to the prehistoric era on the map.
The Time Twister 3000 started to shake and glow. The lights flickered and the machine began to hum louder. With a pop, they vanished. Their adventure through time had just begun. The Time Twister 3000 landed with a thump. The sound echoed through the dense jungle, startling the creatures that lived there. The machine's sleek metallic surface gleamed under the prehistoric sun, a stark contrast to the wild, untamed environment around it. Max, Luna, and Zippy stepped out. Everything was different. They had traveled back millions of years to a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. The air was filled with the sounds of distant roars and the rustling of giant leaves. Giant ferns and strange trees towered overhead. The plants were unlike anything they had ever seen before, with leaves as big as their bodies, and trunks that seemed to touch the sky. The air was warm and humid. It felt like they had stepped into a giant greenhouse, with the heat and moisture wrapping around them like a blanket.
Amazing, it's the prehistoric age, Max exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. Luna nodded, equally amazed by the sight before them.
The ground shook beneath their feet. It was as if the very earth was alive, trembling with the movement of something massive. A giant shadow fell over them. They looked up, their hearts pounding in their chests. It was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. The king of the dinosaurs stood before them, its eyes gleaming with curiosity and hunger.
I think he looks hungry, Luna said, her voice trembling with fear.
The T-Rex roared, showing off its giant teeth. The sound was deafening, echoing through the jungle and sending birds flying from the treetops. Max, Luna, and Zippy ran as fast as they could. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they dodged trees and leaped over roots, trying to put as much distance between themselves and the T-Rex as possible.
We have to distract it, Max shouted, waving his arms to get the dinosaur's attention.
Zippy, being a robot, zoomed ahead. His wheels spun rapidly as he darted through the jungle, beeping and flashing his lights. He beeped and booped, flashing his lights. The T-Rex was confused. It stopped in its tracks, tilting its head as it tried to understand the strange creature before it. He stopped chasing Max and Luna and turned towards Zippy. The robot's plan was working.
Now's our chance, Luna yelled, grabbing Max's hand and pulling him towards a nearby bush.
Max noticed something sparkling under a giant fern. He reached down and picked it up, his eyes widening in surprise. It was a time crystal, the key to getting back home.
Quick, grab it, Luna urged, her voice filled with urgency. We needed to get home. Max clutched the crystal tightly, knowing that their adventure was far from over.
With a flash of light, they arrived in medieval times. Knights in shining armor rode past a magnificent castle. A dragon soared through the sky, puffing smoke rings.
Wowzers, we're in the Middle Ages.
Look, a knight needs our help.
A tiny knight was trapped beneath a broken drawbridge. They had to use their wits and teamwork to save him.
Zippy, hold that drawbridge steady.
Zippy beeped and extended his robotic arms, holding the heavy bridge in place.
I need a lever!
Max found a sturdy tree branch.
Perfect!
With a mighty heave, they lifted the drawbridge. The tiny knight was free. Next stop, the future! They landed in a buzzing city full of flying cars and towering skyscrapers. Robots zoomed through the sky, delivering packages.
This is incredible. Technology has advanced so much.
Suddenly, the lights went out. The city went dark.
What happened?
They soon discovered that the city's power source, a giant energy crystal, was malfunctioning.
Don't worry, I can fix it.
Using her handy toolkit and knowledge of circuits, Luna repaired the energy crystal. The city came alive again, brighter than ever. As they zipped through time, the Time Twister 3000 began to shake violently. Lights flickered and alarms blared.
What's happening?
We've entered a time vortex. It's messing with the Time Twister's navigation.
Outside the window, they saw a jumbled mess of timelines. Dinosaurs roamed with robots, and knights battled futuristic drones.
This is all wrong. We have to fix this.
Suddenly, a figure materialized in the center of the vortex. He had a mischievous grin and a wacky gadget in his hand.
Welcome to my world of temporal turmoil. I am Time Trickster Tom, and I'm here to scramble time forever.
It's your fault. You're the one who's been causing all the chaos.
That's right. And now, I'll use the power of the time crystals to create the most topsy-turvy timeline the universe has ever seen.
He held up a staff with a glowing time crystal embedded in it.
We have to stop him.
They lunged for Time Trickster Tom, but he was too quick. He zapped them with his staff, sending them flying through the air.
Time to rewrite history.
Just when all hope seemed lost, Zippy sprang into action. He extended his robotic arm, snatching the staff right out of Time Trickster Tom's grasp. With a final burst of energy, the time vortex collapsed, returning everything to its proper place. Time Trickster Tom vanished, defeated. The Time Twisters cheered. They had saved the day. The air was filled with a sense of triumph and relief. The once chaotic timeline was now restored, and the world felt right again. The kids looked around, taking in the familiar surroundings of their treehouse lab, which now seemed even more special after their incredible journey.
That was amazing. I can't believe we actually did it.
Max exclaimed, giving Luna and Zippy a high five. The sense of camaraderie and teamwork was palpable. They had faced incredible odds and emerged victorious, stronger and closer than ever before.
We make a pretty good team. Now let's get back to our own time. Luna smiled, her eyes twinkling with excitement and pride. They had proven that together, they could overcome any challenge.
With a final whir and a pop, the Time Twister 3000 deposited them back in their treehouse lab. Their adventure was over. For now. The familiar hum of their equipment and the comforting sight of their makeshift lab brought a sense of normalcy. Yet they knew their lives would never be the same.
So where to next? Zippy asked, his eyes wide with curiosity and anticipation. The possibilities seemed endless, and the excitement of new adventures was already bubbling up inside them.
He gazed at a snow globe Luna had brought back from the future. Instead of snow, it swirled with miniature dinosaurs. A mischievous glint flickered in his eye. The tiny creatures moved as if alive, hinting at the countless wonders and mysteries that awaited them in the vast expanse of time.
I have a feeling that our time-traveling adventures are just beginning, Luna said with a grin, her heart racing with the thrill of what lay ahead. The future was theirs to explore, and they were ready for whatever came next.